World's most trusted growth company, Lifestyle Galaxy. It's a company founded by David Martin back already in 2008, not under the name Lifestyle Galaxy, that was a different name, but we have been around for quite a few years already. The company is debt-free, privately funded, and we offer a wide diversity of products. On the left, you'll see Ken Bruff, our Chief Executive Officer. And prior to Ken joining our company, he was a vice president of one of Tony Robbins' companies. If you don't know who Tony Robbins is, he is an authority on personal development. Use Google after this webinar, of course, and find out more about the type of business that Tony Robbins is in. That also says something about the expertise that Ken Bruff is taking into this company. On the right hand, you'll see David Martin, our founder and chief visionary officer, a man with an extremely big heart that I personally love to work with, and that will be more evident during this presentation. A picture of our executive team made back in December when we had our annual event in Las Vegas. From left to right, Dr. Anthony Van Tonder, our Global Director of Communications, Ken Bruff, our Chief Executive Officer, David Martin, our Chief Visionary Officer, myself, Mariska van der Langenberg, Chief Compliance Officer, and on the right, the man of the money, Mr. Randy Prince, our Chief Financial Officer. Since then, we have expanded on our executive team with Mr. Tony de Gouveia, our Global Director of Marketing, and you'll see a picture of him later on in this presentation. Here we see an overview of all the products that this company has to offer or will be offering at a point in time in the near or a little bit further future. Esports Galaxy on top, already available. Family-friendly games. You will not see any bloody shooting or violent games here. They're fun to play for both younger age and adults. Galaxy Growth has everything to do with developing leadership skills. Auction Galaxy, where we started our roadshows on, where you can bid on luxury items and even Bitcoin or Ethereum for just pennies on the dollars if you have the winning bid. Our Lifestyle Galaxy mobile app is being developed right now, and when we will be able to launch that, first in beta, it will offer you the opportunity to access everything within our galaxy of products from your mobile device. Galaxy Multi-Mining is a technology that we use for mining cryptocurrency, and also more about that later in this presentation. And finally, Learning Galaxy, a product that will improve this world on its own. It's in beta, you can download it already for Android, and if you play the games on Learning Galaxy, in fact, you are training your brain. And if you do that consistently, the functioning of your brain is to improve. That has been scientifically studied, that these type of specific games will increase the functionality of your brain capacity. How cool is that? Let's have a look at development of technology over the last couple of decades. In 1973, the first mobile phone, imagine having to carry something like this, almost the size of a small refrigerator. Then in 1976, we got the first ATMs. And maybe you can recall that when people were confronted with this, they were terrified to withdraw money from an ATM because it was out in the street and maybe you would get robbed. And right now, we just do it on a normal basis. We don't have any problems with it. We don't know anything but going to a wall and get your money out of an ATM. 1988, the very first personal computers were introduced, and when you had a machine like this on your desk, there was not much space left to do any paperwork or writing. In 2000, when broadband internet was introduced, internet really entered most of the households. And only a few years ago, we started to be able to make payments with our bank cards without sliding it through anything. Just hold it on top of the screen and the money was taken out of your account. All new developments. And what about all the apps The year of 2016 really was the year of the apps, and not just on mobile devices, but many household equipment come with apps these days. Refrigerators, laundering machines, television sets. There are even apps that if you would leave work an hour early, you can already turn on the heating. Or if you are away on vacation, you can switch your lightings on or off on the time that you feel appropriate. That way increasing security and safety around your house when you're not there. And now 2017 up till 2020, and I think quite a bit longer, we will see a gigantic revolution. And then we're talking about a financial revolution. If we go back through the centuries and we look at how we paid for trades that we made, exchanging services and products, we paid with cattle, with cows, with pigs, with horses, with chicken, depending on what kind of service we were trading. Then from cattle we went to shelves. And from shelves we went to coins, bronze coins, silver coins, gold coins. And not too much later, we got the paper banknotes, and we all know the paper banknotes. But we also got the plastic cards, the credit cards. And when these were introduced, that's about 40 years ago, people really were terrified. Like, no, I'm not going to use a plastic card like that. I mean, that cannot have any real money. I'll hold on to my banknotes safely in my back pocket or in my wallet. But nowadays, everyone has a credit card. Try to rent a car without a credit card. That's virtually impossible. You just have to have one. But that's not the end of the development of technology. Technology is advancing at a very fast pace. So what's next? Well, it's already there. It's called the distributed ledger. We also know that as the blockchain. The blockchain, in fact, if you don't have a background in finance or accounting, is a register in which every receipt or expenditure is recorded very accurately and precisely. And once it's recorded, it cannot be altered anymore. Right now, if we look at our banking systems, these systems do not correspond. One bank to the other, each has their own system. So if you want to make a transfer from a bank account within one type of bank to another account in another bank, there are steps in between to complete the transactions. And that makes it expensive and very slow to transfer money. And what about having money in your savings account? If you would have €1,000 or dollars or sterling on January 1st in your savings account, how much would that be after 1 year? I checked it for my country just a few weeks ago, and the most favorable savings account with a bank would pay you 0.6% interest per year. But inflation has already reached 2%. So at the end of the year, 2% minus 0.6, if you're lucky, would mean that your 1,000 has decreased with 1.4%. So 1.4% less purchasing power. That's something that not many people are really considering or are even aware of. Here we look at the harsh reality, the grim reality of the pound sterling in 2016. And we all know mid-2016 we had the poll whether or not to leave the EU. And the Brits have voted to leave the EU. That immediately had an impact on the rate of the sterling. In just half a year time, it lost 20% of its purchasing power, 20% less that you can do with your money. And it's not just the sterling. This is the reality of the euro compared to the US dollar in the last 5 years. And you don't need to have a degree in rocket science to see that we also decreased with 25% purchasing power. And some more facts to consider. The Deutsche Bank is very, very weak. It's not that big a bank, but it's doing business on the loan business, the loan part of the bank activity with many of the large investment banks worldwide. So if Deutsche Bank would go down, many other banks will be hurt. The Italian banks are extremely weak. They recently had a bill in by the Italian government. There are mass layoffs at several banks worldwide. That is a sign. And last but not least, we live in an enormous debt bubble, and it has to burst. Look at it as a balloon. You cannot keep blowing air into a balloon. At one point in time, it will simply pop. The same happened in 2008, 2009 with the mortgages. And the same is building up right now. I believe we are reaching $900 trillion in debt worldwide. That is insane. Even the interest on all that debt is insane. And then how many people do you think worldwide do not even have access to a bank account? We live in the Western world and we just think it's normal that everyone has a bank account. But if you are less fortunate and are born in a country where you don't have any documents that prove that you were born, you are excluded from all banking systems. And that leaves these people very often in severe poverty. But what do these people have? Mobile devices. And with a mobile device, they now can download a Bitcoin app. And through the blockchain, that distributed ledger, they can now make and receive payments in Bitcoin. Since 2011, over $12 million has been lost in Bitcoin scams. And if I look at the number of scams surfacing on a daily basis, I think this will triple within a year quite easily. We are the company that is built to last for decades, the safest and most favorable crypto platform where 100% of your contract purchase is fully applied towards mining hardware. There are more mining companies and there are a few that are trustworthy companies. However, not 100% of your contract purchase is fully applied towards mining. Part of your purchase that you are paying is used to pay out commissions. And we do not do that. We don't have to. We have other products on which we make sufficient revenue as a company, and we only start paying commissions once those contracts start making money. And that is a really important difference. We can be trusted, and we want to be, and we are your safe haven. Now let's talk about Galaxy Mining, our flagship product. And let's talk about Bitcoin mining. In our banking system, if we transfer an amount to someone else, it can take up till 5 business days for that money to arrive. Money has no owner. There is not a register anywhere that says, well, this banknote with this serial number belongs to this and this person. And we have money that's printed unlimited by central banks. In the blockchain, we can make transfers within 60 seconds. The currency does have owners. It's exactly known what coin or what part of a coin belongs to whom. Every 10 minutes, only 12.5 Bitcoins are added to the blockchain, to that ecosystem. Nothing more, nothing less. And the coins are produced by hardware and software creating unique hash codes. This is a Bitcoin address, and if you start mining Bitcoins, you will need your own Bitcoin address to receive those Bitcoins in order to be able to either sell them or spend them or save them if you would like. That's fully your choice. To mine Bitcoins, you would need hardware and software, and not just for Bitcoins, but also for altcoins. What are altcoins? Every cryptocurrency that's not a Bitcoin. Altcoin stands for alternative coin. You would need software upgrades and your computer gets slower. It takes lots of time and money. So that's not really an option. Galaxy Mining, up till now also known as Dragon Mine, operates their own hardware and software facilities to mine Bitcoins and altcoins. The left picture is showing Antminers, the equipment that is used to mine Bitcoins. And you see the little stickers on those racks that still say Dragon Mine. On the right, Mr. Tony de Gouveia, a picture made at his first visit to our mine in spring 2016. Over time, mining gets more difficult, and that has to do with the fact that the blockchain, the network of hardware, of computers that are partaking in the mining process, starts to increase. More and more people want to take their share of mining Bitcoins. So it gets harder to get a few Bitcoins, 12.5 Bitcoin every 10 minutes, remember? So if there are more people mining, the odds that you get a share are decreasing. Now, if you start mining and say you do that at point A, at a point you will see, while you reach point B, that the proceeds of your mining is below the difficulty line. And when that happens, better switch off your hardware because it will not be profitable anymore. We are the first company worldwide who apply a minimum of 35% of your daily production of Bitcoins or altcoins to repurchase more mining capacity, more hash power, gigahash, and compare that to horsepower in a car engine. The more horsepower you have in your car engine, the faster that car will go. So the more hash power you have in your mining contract, the more Bitcoins or altcoins you will be able to mine. And we do that because that way we can stay ahead of the difficulty line. And we also call this the compounding effect within your hash power. And if we start to compound, you will see a line go up exponentially. There's this exponential curve appearing. That is the compounding effect. And in compounding, the most important factor is the factor time. You will not see compounding in a few days or even in a few weeks. It will take several months before you realize that compounding really starts to kick in. This is an example of our mining dashboard, and this is a Bitcoin mining contract, a contract of $1,000. And I see that because it started with 6,000 gigahash, as you can see in the account summary in the upper left quadrant. The company added a bonus of 300 gigahash when this contract was purchased, and right now the gigahash has grown to over 7,300 gigahash. That's the compounding that has been taken place. Everyone who has a mining contract controls their own settings. What does it mean? We have the default for repurchase set at 35%, but you can choose a higher percentage if that would be your preference, up till 100%. And you can even change and adjust and edit it on a daily basis if you would like to. We believe that you need to have full control on what is happening within your contract. As long as the default of 35% is there, it really doesn't matter for us what your strategy would be. In this case, a choice has been made for 95% repurchase. Now, obviously, if you have 95 repurchase, 5% is actually mined. And that are Bitcoins that are showing here in the internal wallet. The withdrawal button, if you push that, you don't have to wait for anyone to approve that withdrawal. That withdrawal is automated and will take place immediately. 30 to 60 seconds, it's gone from your wallet and it's on its way to your external Bitcoin wallet. In this particular situation, this miner has a Bitcoin wallet that also gives a Visa debit card. So a Visa debit card which is backed by Bitcoins. Bitcoins that you have mined yourself, and from that moment on you can use your Visa card at any merchant who accepts Visa. So if you are in the UK and you're out at a restaurant and you want to pay the bill, they accept Visa, swap your Visa card, give in your PIN code, and that's it. Bitcoins are taken out of your account and the merchant is paid in sterling. How cool is that? You just printed your own money that you were able to add to your cash flow. This is an example of such a Bitcoin statement. These colleagues were in Vegas in December and they bought something to drink with McDonald's. McDonald's received their payment in dollars and it was taken out of the account in Bitcoins. Bitcoin ATMs grow steadily worldwide. Bitcoin ATMs where you can simply buy and sell your Bitcoins. And here we have another example of a mining contract, a $500 contract that started mining on September 15th. And after exactly 6 months, with a setting at 75% repurchase, the total result of this contract was almost 46%. Now, this is historic results, and there are no guarantees for the future because we cannot predict the difficulty rate, we cannot predict what the value of Bitcoin or any altcoin will be. We only can show you historic results. Who would like to have their own hardware to make their own Bitcoins or altcoins? So not just Bitcoins, but altcoins through multi-mining. And multi-mining, again, is a technology. And we are the first worldwide who started offering multi-mining. What is multi-mining exactly? That is that you will be able to mine multiple currencies under one contract with a free choice which coin or which coins you want to mine and at what percentage of your mining capacity. As long as the total capacity adds up to 100%, it's entirely up to you what percentage you want to use for each coin. And if desired, again, you can daily adjust these percentages. It's also good for you to realize that we do not just add any altcoin to our multi-mining platform. We have experts that really look at the script, the protocol, the software that's being used to mine certain coins, and then look at what the added value is for the market. If there is added value in the programming behind it, the protocol behind it, it's very likely that that protocol will be used, that there is a market share. And if there is a potential market share, it means it has potential value. And only those promising altcoins will be added to our multi-mining platform. Anything that we don't think is appropriate will not be added. And that's especially important because there are many coins out there, over 1,000, and the majority of them really have no added value at all. Right now, we offer 3 altcoins. You can mine Ethereum, Zcash, and Expanse. And we expect to add Monero at some point in time, hopefully a little later this year. With our multi-mining technology, we are fully prepared for the future, even for great coins that even haven't been invented yet. So that's really cool. If some geeks join forces and come up with this bright idea, a brilliant idea of a protocol to use and to mine a specific coin, very easily we will be able to add that coin to our multi-mining platform. And for those who then have a multi-mining contract, they can easily edit their settings and adjust the percentages to add that new coin. So how much does it cost to start mining with us? We have a one-time fee of $400 to become a member, and that is soon to be increased to $600. We don't know an exact date for that yet, but if you are on the fence of joining, don't wait too long because that's simply $200 to stay in your pockets. As a paid member, you will have access to mining, esports, you can participate in auction roadshows, and much, much more is being prepared for you. Good to know about the mining contracts. As a Value Club member, so you pay the $400, you will get mining contracts at wholesale prices. It simply means that you get more gigahash, more mining capacity for your dollar. Contract starts from $500 up till $10,000. There is no limit to the number of contracts. You can purchase as often as you'd like, and you are completely free in what contract value would suit you best. If you would prefer to not become a member, that also is possible. Then we offer contracts starting from $25 up till $500 at retail mining prices. It means that you get a little less gigahash for your dollar, still good contracts, but not as favorable as for our paid members. And of course, also for Value Club members who don't have the budget quite yet, but do like to start mining, they can get the retail mining contracts as well. A question that's often asked: through what pool are you mining? Well, up till recently, all hash rate was pointed to Slushpool. And if you go to slushpool.com, look under statistics, you will see a page called Hall of Fame. And in that Hall of Fame, you will see Dragon Mine as one of their larger miners. Dragon Mine is the name that we started mining through in early part of 2016. And we are very proud that we have agreed with Roger Ver's Bitcoin.com to send our hash rate to their mining pool under our new brand name, Galaxy Mining. And Roger Ver was the very first investor in Bitcoin back in 2009. He's also called the Bitcoin Jesus. And that means that he really puts a lot of time and energy in spreading knowledge on blockchain and on Bitcoin. In the coming periods, we'll mine through both pools, so both Bitcoin.com and Slushpool. It means that in the coming periods, Dragon Mine will still be mining through Slushpool, and Galaxy Mining will mine through Bitcoin.com. And what we are also very proud of is that Bitcoin.com was very impressed with our concept, with the concept where 100% of what is paid for a contract is allocated to mining hardware. No percentage is taken out to pay any commissions. And that's something that they hadn't seen before anywhere. On March 25th, Bitcoin.com released a press release announcing our decision, Lifestyle Galaxy's decision, to point our hash rate to their pool. It means that they really take value from the fact that we made that decision, and they thought it was that important that they released a press release. It's not our press release, it's entirely theirs. So it's another validation that this is a good company. The Bitcoin.com pool started mining only in September last year, but it already has over 3% of all Bitcoin mining capacity worldwide. That's really impressive. And with our formula, the 35% repurchase, we help grow this capacity. And the larger a pool, the more mining rewards within that pool. So that's the perfect strategy that we help Roger to grow his pool, and by that we grow the mining rewards for our mining community. Well, this concludes our presentation on mining Bitcoins or altcoins through our mining contracts, something that we're extremely proud of. And we think that anyone now potentially can make their financial position more secure or more favorable. Let's talk about the Lifestyle Galaxy business opportunity next. Because next to our products, we offer ways to generate multiple income streams. Joining the business opportunity is absolutely free. One pays for their membership, not to participate in the compensation plan. And if you are excited about what we have to offer, if you become excited about what's happening within your own mining contracts, wouldn't it be very logical to start talking about this with others, with people that you care about? And if you'd share, what would be in there for you? Well, for every new Value Club membership that you sell for $400, you get a once-off $150 and 200 CV, and that's one time. Now, what's CV? CV stands for commissionable volume points. On all mining results in your group, you are rewarded CV points. Remember that I told you before that we pay commissions on money that people make. So if their mining contracts start to make them money, a very tiny percentage of that is being used to pay out commissions. Here we see an example of a CV history in a back office. In the orange circle, you'll see 200 CV points for a sold membership, 2 CV points for Bitcoin mining, and 30 CV points for a monthly fee charge that someone paid. So you introduce the friends and you were rewarded $150 and 200 CV. And you do that a second time. Now you have already made $300 and have accumulated 400 CV. And you got another friend who is eager to join. That brings the total on $450 and 600 CV. And you only paid $400 for your membership. Right now you are already in profit. And every time that you reach 900 CV, 300 in one team and 600 in the other, you will be rewarded with a $50 cycle bonus. And once these people start to mine, that will mean that there's extra CV on the output of hardware. And once those accounts start to compound, the cycles start to speed up as well, because the number of CV in your back office that you will be rewarded with start to increase as well. So increasing of accounts means increasing of CV, and by that increasing of commissions. How cool is that? And do you think that if people start printing their own money, that anyone would ever call you and say, you know, I don't like printing my own money, I want to drop out? I think the first person still have to be born. And of course, if they start to make more money, you will start to make more money as well. How cool is that? And it's therefore not difficult to retain members. In traditional network marketing companies, you make commissions because your team is spending money on purchase of products. And what you see there is that towards the end of a month, people start to call all the people in their group like, hey, you didn't place your order yet. Go on, place your order. Because if they don't place their order, you wouldn't make any money. Here it's automated. People have their contracts working for them and they mine Bitcoins or altcoins. And because of that, it's a turnkey solution. They don't have to do anything about that. That continues 24/7, 365 days a year. How cool is that? And with us, you make money because your team members make money by mining cryptocurrencies. Is this company sustainable? Well, if you know that both our memberships and mining contracts are purchased by many non-networkers, that implies that we have sustainability, because it's not about the compensation plan, even though that is a very generous one. Our products make money, print money, and would you ever want to stop making their own money? I don't think so. That's a typo. That should be who. Who would ever want to stop making their own money? I'm going to correct that right after this webinar. Apologies for that. Now, in order to make money on CV, you will have to upgrade to a Value Club membership, paying a monthly fee of $30. And then next to earnings from the Tell a Friend, the $150 for each membership, you will get your team bonuses and can qualify for matching bonuses from the binary tree. If you pay your $30, you then are an active Value Club member, as we call it. So active means that you're paying a monthly fee of $30. If you are looking to build a business here, or really build a group and increase your residual income, then paying the monthly fees is very much worthwhile. You will have access to an extensive back office. You'll get your own replicated websites and exclusive access to the auctions. We recently had one here in the Netherlands when we had our launch event, and we had very excited members who were present, who were bidding on Bitcoins and on a brand new tablet. And there was someone who won the tablet and only paid, I believe, less than $3. So how cool is that? And if you can win 0.1 Bitcoin for just $2, that's making easy money. And it's fun to do. It's really fun with a roadshow. When you have a group of people that are bidding against each other, it's fun. It's really exciting. So $30 a month and you're part of the Active Value Club membership. We believe in teamwork, because as an individual, you can only do so much, and together everyone achieves more. And when you're building a group, it means that you will have leverage. We all rather have 1% of 100 people than 10% of 10. Also good to know is that we are going through a transition period. We are transitioning from Skill Dragon to Lifestyle Galaxy. The new website is being worked on intensively, but that's a huge project. Until it's ready, you will still see Skill Dragon websites. There's no reason to get confused because now you know why that is. We offer a galaxy of products and services in order to enable you to upgrade your lifestyle. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Please go back to the individual who invited you to this webinar, to this presentation. Ask them for their link and to help you to get started. I wish you a very good evening and see you next time.